Hi everyone, a very warm greetings of the day. Welcome back to online classes. It's Divya here with class 9 physics. Before starting with today's topic, let us talk about last class homework. Hope you all have done the first exercise of your first chapter, that is 1A. Link to the solutions I've already given in the comment box to that first video itself. Those are having doubt, you can go check it in that video and start making your fair copies. Today in our class, we are skipping on to the second chapter, that is motion in one dimension. Now in your first chapter, your exercise B part and C part is remaining. Those three parts include screw gauge, vernier caliper and simple pendulum. These three are lab instrument based explanations. So that can be only done when the school reopens. You will be explained with the help of the instruments and it will be shown to you and will be explained. So it can be done like that only, so that we will do those two sections when your school reopens. Now your first exercise, you can complete it in your copy. The link is already given below in the comment box in your first video. You can copy it from that. Right? Now any doubt regarding your numericals also, we will do it when the school reopens from your first chapter. Today in our class, we are going to discuss a little bit of motion back, wherein we will be discussing about distance, displacement, speed, velocity and acceleration. Distance is a common term we are using when we are traveling somewhere. Now let's see what this distance is. It is the actual length of the path covered by a body in an interval of time. Now it is a scalar quantity measured in meter, kilometer, miles or whatever may be. Now SI unit is going to be meter. Now you're having a term scalar quantity here. Scalar quantity means the quantities which are having only magnitude, no direction. Displacement is a term we are using in correlation with distance. Now, displacement is the shortest distance or the shortcut whatever we are using in a particular direction. Now, since it is having direction also along with magnitude, it is going to be a vector quantity. Since it is a part of distance, the units will be also the same. If distance and displacement represents the same thing, then what is the difference between them? When you see the figure, you want to travel from A to B. Now this is going to be the distance and this is going to be the displacement. Means distance is the actual total path you have to travel, whereas displacement is a shortcut you are going to take. That is the basic difference. Now coming to other differences, we have already seen the distance is a scalar quantity whereas displacement is a vector quantity, which means distance has magnitude only but displacement has both magnitude and direction. Now distance, it is always positive. Displacement, it can be positive or it can be negative. Now distance can never be zero whereas displacement can be zero. Displacement can be zero. For example, an object moving in a circular path, if it is returning back to the same position, means in a circle, if it is starting from a point, traveling the whole distance, it is coming back to the same point itself, means the shortest distance between them is zero. That is why we can say that displacement can be zero but distance can never be zero. Now one thing from the figure itself you can understand, distance is always greater than displacement and displacement is either equal to or less than distance. Next topic we are going to discuss is about speed. Speed is a distance traveled in unit time given by speed s is equal to distance d upon time t. Now coming to the SI unit of speed, it will be measured in meter per second. Now that is only going to be the SI unit. Other units includes kilometer per hour also. Now from the same equation, you can derive the three equations which you will be using it for calculation and numericals. Now coming to average speed, speed is given by distance upon time. Now average speed means the total distance travelled upon the total time. For it to be more clear, let's go through an example. For example, suppose a truck travels 60 km in 1 hour, and in the next 1 hour it is going to travel with a speed of 80 km. Now you are asked to find out what is the average speed of the truck. Now, as per equation, it is the total distance travelled upon total time taken. Now, first you have to find out the total distance. That is, first hour, what is the distance plus what is the speed in the next given time. That is 60 plus 80, total 140. Then you have to calculate the total time. That is, what is the first time given and what is the second time given. So, total will be 2 hours. Now just directly using the equation, calculate the average speed. When you talk about velocity, it is the speed and direction, which means that you can define velocity as the rate of change of displacement in unit time. That is, whatever is the speed in a particular given direction will give you the velocity. It is also measured in meter per second. For example, a car moved at a velocity of 20 meter per second towards east. See, as you have learnt about the distance and displacement, the same connection is coming between speed and velocity. Let's see in detail. That is, speed is the distance traveled per unit time. Velocity, the distance traveled per unit time in a given direction. Speed is a scalar quantity as it has magnitude only, whereas velocity is a vector quantity since it has both magnitude and direction. Speed, it cannot be 0, whereas velocity, it can be 0. So like how we have compared the distance and displacement, the same way speed and velocity can also be compared. That is, if speed is the distance covered in unit time, velocity is the distance covered in unit time in a given direction. Coming on to the last topic of our session today, acceleration. Acceleration is actually the rate of change of velocity with time represented using small letter a. Unit is going to be meter per second square, or acceleration you can write it as a is equal to velocity upon time t. Now when you talk about acceleration, acceleration includes both speed and direction also, which means acceleration is a vector quantity, right? Next thing we have to keep in mind when we talk about acceleration is that since it is the change in velocity, that change in velocity can be increase in velocity or decrease in velocity. Right? Now, if it is an increase in velocity, you call it as a positive acceleration. And if it is a decrease in velocity, you call it as negative acceleration, or in one word, you can call it as deceleration. Now, this is all for today's topic. It is very important to read your textbook thoroughly and properly. That is Concise Physics for Class 9 by Selena Publications. Now in your exercise part, you can start solving your exercise number 2A. You can solve your exercise 2A, only your question answer part. Link to your question answer and solution to your second chapter is given below in the description box. You can continue with that. First chapter, B part and C part, you can do it later, no problem. You can start with your second chapter. With this, we are winding up today's portion. Thank you. Stay safe.